Imagine this, you're on a flight, mid-air, calm music in your headphones, maybe even drifting into sleep. Suddenly, the captain's voice cracks over the speaker, trembling, heavy, different from the calm announcements you've always heard. He says words that freeze every heart on board. And in seat 8A, a young woman stirs awake, unaware that in the next few minutes her life and the lives of everyone around her will change forever. This is not just about a plane in the sky. It's about courage, hidden strength, and a desperate call that turns strangers into a family. Samantha Harper, a 27-year-old nurse, was exhausted when she boarded the late evening flight from Chicago to New York. Seat 8A was hers, a window seat she had specifically chosen because the view of the clouds always soothed her after long shifts. That night, she slipped off her shoes, leaned against the cool glass, and closed her eyes, grateful for a few hours of peace. Around her, the plane buzzed with quiet activity. A business traveler tapped away on his laptop. In 8B, a mother rocked her toddler 2 rows back. The flight attendants moved gracefully, offering snacks and warm smiles. It was ordinary, so ordinary that Samantha's heavy eyelids gave in and sleep claimed her. Then came the voice. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking." At first, it sounded routine, but midway, his tone shifted, cracking, urgent. Passengers lifted their heads, sensing something was wrong. "This is not an easy announcement to make," the captain continued. "We have a critical medical emergency on board. Is there a doctor, nurse, or medical professional on this flight?" Gasps spread through the cabin, all eyes darted around. Fear built like a wave, everyone waiting for someone to rise, but no one moved. In 8A, Samantha stirred. She rubbed her eyes, still half asleep, until she noticed the tense silence and the desperate look on the flight attendant's face as she rushed down the aisle. Samantha's training, her oath, everything she was as a nurse, jolted awake inside her. She stood. "I'm a nurse. Tell me what's happening." The words seemed to breathe life into the cabin. Strangers leaned forward, whispering. The flight attendant's eyes welled with relief as she motioned Samantha toward the front. There in seat 2C, an elderly man slumped against the armrest, his chest rising unevenly. His wife clutched his hand, her lips trembling as she pleaded, "Please, someone help him." Samantha knelt beside him, her hands steady even as her heart raced. She checked his pulse. It was faint, irregular. His skin was clammy, his breath shallow, a heart attack, and they were thousands of feet above the ground. The cabin turned into a fragile silence, every passenger watching Samantha. She took control, her voice firm and calm. "I need the emergency medical kit, now, and please clear this row." The flight attendants obeyed, their hands trembling but efficient. The wife sobbed softly, whispering prayers. Samantha squeezed her shoulder. "I'll do everything I can, he's not alone." She worked quickly, attaching an oxygen mask, checking vitals, and instructing the crew as if she had done this 100 times. In truth, she had faced many emergencies in hospitals, but never in the sky without full equipment, with strangers' lives pressing on her shoulders. The captain's voice returned, steadier this time. "Folks, we have a trained nurse attending. Please remain calm and cooperative." Samantha's mind raced. She knew the man needed more advanced care than she could provide here. Every minute mattered. She glanced up at the flight attendant. "We need to land as soon as possible. Tell the captain." Within minutes, the captain made the decision, an emergency diversion to Cleveland. The plane veered, and passengers braced themselves. But in those tense 40 minutes, Samantha never left the man's side. She kept him breathing, whispering encouragement, even making small jokes to ease his wife's fear. The passengers, once strangers, leaned in to help. A man in 14A handed over his blanket. A woman in 9C fetched water. The entire plane became a team, united in one purpose, saving this man. Finally, the wheels hit the runway. Paramedics rushed aboard. They carried the man out, stabilized and breathing, his wife clutching Samantha's hand with gratitude too deep for words. When the captain came out of the cockpit, his eyes met Samantha's. He spoke with emotion still raw in his voice. "You didn't just save his life. You saved all of us from despair up here. You reminded us what courage looks like." The passengers applauded, some with tears streaming down their faces. Samantha, usually quiet and humble, felt her heart swell. She hadn't expected recognition, only to do her duty. But in that moment, she realized something powerful. Sometimes, the smallest act of courage echoes the loudest. That night, when the passengers disembarked, many stopped to thank her personally. The elderly man's wife hugged her tightly, whispering, "You were our angel in seat 8A." And as Samantha walked out of the airport, the city lights shining beyond, she understood, being a nurse wasn't just a job. It was a calling, one that could change lives, even at 30,000 feet.